school football on AM 1230 KXO and live streaming at KXORadio.com. So it is time. Here's your football crew on AM 1230.
Well, thank you much, Gabe Lemus. We are on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California, and we're on YouTube. And one of the neat things about our YouTube broadcast, you can talk. Well, you can comment on YouTube if you subscribe to the KXO YouTube channel, and you might as well do it. It's free, and not much in life is free anymore. Anyway, thank you, Gabe. I'm Carroll. With me in the booth, John Driffill, and, we have a rookie with us tonight auditioning, and that would be our on-field producer, and that would be Frankie Lara, and he is with us tonight for the first time, and will be a big help to John and I as this game progresses. The Central Spartans, Palm Desert Aztecs, they met last year. Last year, John, was that the first time in about 15, 20 years they had met?
Well, the second time. They played 2 years ago. They renewed. It had been about a 15-year break. And then 2 years ago, we were up at Palm Desert, which actually was running clock. They really put a hit on Central. Last year, Central missed a PAT in the fourth quarter, sent the game into overtime, and Central lost in overtime.
28-26 overtime loss last year, and it was a great game. Went all the way down, as we mentioned, into overtime. Will it happen again this year? Well, we'll let you know in about 2 hours, okay? High school football live on AM 1230 KXO El Centro and on the World Wide Web and on YouTube. It is brought to you by Roto-Rooter, serving the entire Imperial Valley. Johnny's Burritos in El Centro, Raleigh, and Imperial. The Broken Yoke Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, brunch, it's the Broken Yoke. The CB Stop in Calexico. La Fonda Bar and Grill. And also Uza Mobile Auto Repair in Yuma. Also by McNeese Mart, by Central Union High School District, Stan's Auto Body, Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial, Imperial Valley College, and Southwest Security, Southwest Postal in El Centro. And we'll have some of our pregame festivities coming up. The Central Union High School District says, Happy Attendance Awareness Month. That's right. September is Attendance Awareness Month. And Southwest High School, Central Union High School, Desert Oasis High School, Phoenix Rising High School, and the Central Union Adult School and Mount Signal Virtual Academy remind you that attendance leads to a culture of achievement every day, all year long. Be active. Be present. It all begins with showing up.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. Kxo Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls, plus beer, wine, and sake. And they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Kxo Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4440 for your takeout.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro. Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IBC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
Well, John Driffill, there is something special about a Friday night football game in the Imperial Valley, pretty much all over the U.S., John. Last week we opened up at Southwest, and tonight it's the Central Spartans home opener. And as we've talked about, it's going to be a good one. let's talk a little bit about some of the changes with the Spartans. High school football, kids graduate and move on, and there have been some changes.
Yes, Centro lost a lot of last year, including a couple kids that have transferred to other schools, but they're going to be relying upon Jonathan Real as the senior quarterback. He played on the JV last year, did a yeoman's job last week, suffered a separation of his left shoulder, is slated to start tonight. He is backed up by a sophomore, so that's although the senior is going to be starting tonight, Real, he only has one game experience as a varsity player. And, of course, the sophomore had his first game experience last week as a varsity player. So the Spartans are young at that position. The sophomore is Luis Jimenez, and he did a good job. I believe he's the one that came in and threw the winning touchdown in the fourth quarter. And then the defense, Central always has a good defense led by Brian Martin. He's the coordinator. And, of course, Coach Pena. And they were able to keep the team last week that they were playing a very good Santa Fe Christian team out of the end zone in the fourth quarter and secured the victory.
Well, John, big changes, as you pointed out. A number of the Spartans from last year playing four-year schools this year on Saturdays, and that speaks well of the program. And there's a number of the kids that have come back from last year that, as seniors, they're looking forward to moving on to a Saturday football career as well. We'll talk a little bit about Palm Desert when we come back. It's our pregame show on AM 1230 KXO.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's Osoaza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Azza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Osoaza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
John Driffill, the Palm Desert Aztecs, they come in. They lost a good number of players as well. Typical high school.
Yes, but also they lost their coach. Shane McComb had been there for 7 years, and every year took them to the playoffs, and that's not San Diego section. That's L.A. Southern section. He is now in Alabama coaching at a Division 7, which is the biggest division in Alabama at a high school. He's replaced by Rudy Forte, who has been the offensive coordinator since 2017, so he's not new to the program. But at the same time, Palm Desert, as with a lot of schools in flux, they have a lot of young players that were not on the varsity last year, some that were but did not get a lot of playing time. They opened up last week with a 28-13 loss to Rancho Verde. Unfortunately for Palm Desert, Rancho Verde had already played a game, so they are now 2-0. That's after last year's 5-8 season, which wasn't real stellar for them. But Rancho Verde is a very big school out of Moreno Valley, and they were able to run for 377 yards against the Aztec defense and 4 rushing touchdowns. On the other side of the football, The Aztecs were only held to under 100 yards, both rushing and pass receiving, as they started a sophomore, A.J. Rivera. For whatever reason, he is not starting tonight. He will give way to a junior, Connor Orfield, and their best running back returning from last year, Stetson Stansberry. He is out. I don't know if he was injured or if he's got some kind of flu bug, but he will not suit up tonight. So both schools have young rosters, comparatively so as far as experience goes. Palm Desert with a brand new first-time head coach, although he's certainly not new to their system. And the Central Spartans, led by now the dean of the coaches here in the Imperial Valley from Brawley, that's come down here to Central, built up this winning tradition. David Pena's in his 7th year. And with the retirement of John Self, mentioned last week, that leaves Coach Pena as the longest tenured head coach here in the Valley.
And we would be remiss if we did not mention we had a chance to visit with Coach Swearingen, Mike Swearingen, before the game. And always a pleasure talking with Mike. Some people think he comes off a little gruff, and he isn't. He's a really good guy. And boy, does he know football. So always a pleasure talking to him. I said, what's the latest on Royce Freeman? He said he's still with Rams. And that's good. So Freeman got signed by the Rams a couple of weeks ago, has played well in the preseason. And, well, I know there's a whole lot of people that would love to see Royce Freeman sticking with the Rams for the rest of his career. Almost a hometown team anymore. We've got more coming up on our pregame show. We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO El Centro. We're also live on YouTube.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services, from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in California needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Speaking of officials, our officials tonight, John Seaman is the referee, Alan Phillips the umpire, Roman Rubio is the line judge, Sean McLaughlin the head linesman, and it's Michael Jones the back judge. The Central Spartans won the coin toss and deferred. They will kick off. They will go right to left across your dial, and that would be from east to west. So the Spartans heading out now, lining up and doing the kicking will be Miguel Vega.
And Carroll, we need
experience.
Excuse me, Carroll. We need to mention that Michael Fisher, one of the returning starters on both the offense and defensive line, is not suited up to play. He did go out for the coin toss as the captain, but he's not able to play, and I'm not sure the reason why.
Well, he is in civvies and was out on the field, which tells me it's probably an injury. And but he is on the sidelines representing his team. Kick is away. It's a kick that'll be fielded. Actually, it'll be bouncing at the 15, picking it up, trying to find some running room, turning it upfield is John Reardon. Reardon will run it out across the 30. It was almost like Alphonse and Gaston on the kickoff, John. Two of the guys wearing the white and red of the Aztecs kind of looked at each other, looked at the ball before Reardon finally picked it up at the 15 and carried it out to the 31. 1st and 10, Aztecs.
And Reardon is going to be in the starting backfield, replacing last week's starter Stansberry. And he did a good job. He brought the ball out across the 30, what looked like it could be tackled inside the 20.
Connor Orfield brings him out, spread formation, shotgun. Does that look familiar? Isn't that what everybody is running? Reardon is right next to him. Spartans showing blitz, and here they come, and there's a bobble on the handoff. The ball is on the ground, and the Spartans recover. Elijah Acevedo fell on the football. The Spartans showed blitz and then did, and a bobble on the snap, and the Spartans with a big turnover to start things off. The offense heads out. Jonathan Real has Nico Viesca right next to, actually now lines up behind him.
Viesca's a sophomore, got a lot of action last year on the offense.
And he gets the football now, spins, turns it upfield, gets across the 20, down inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line. That will be a pickup of 5. Bring up 2nd and down. Spartans spotted right on the 20. Pickup of 4, 2nd and 6 from the Aztecs 20-yard line.
And Viesca's put on about 25 pounds of solid muscle. He's much bigger than he was last year.
And in the backfield now, Braden Mayo. And that broken play as Real will keep it and turn it upfield. But we mentioned that Braden was in the backfield. I think he went the wrong way. Braden Mayo went to the right, and Real went to the left, and there was nobody to give the ball to. So he lost 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 7. Mayo in the backfield. Dropping back to pass, dumping it off in the flat. It is complete, and picking up about 4 or 5 yards, Arturo Estrada.
And that is a name from last year, one of the returning receivers.
So it'll bring up a 4th down. It'll be 4th and about 4. And let's see what the Spartans want to do here. The wind is not a factor tonight. And they show shotgun. Actually, it is it's not the shotgun, it is a direct snap, and that is to Matthew Liziola. And Liziola
looks like he's going to come up
about a yard short.
Yeah, going to come up short. That'll turn the ball over on downs. The snap, again, as we've had each snap from both sides, have not been real crisp. They kind of float back there. So I'm sure both teams are going to work on that as now the Central defense comes out on the field as the ball is turned over on downs after that first play turnover. Does not hurt the Aztecs.
So the Aztecs have another shot on the as the Spartans turned it over on downs. And let's see, they're now it is 4th down is what. Wait, I didn't see any signal that.
Well, there must have been a penalty on the play, Carroll. And now we're getting the call. And it will be, if it's against Palm Desert, it will be a first down.
They want a measurement.
Okay, that would make sense because obviously if there was any kind of penalty, which I did not see a flag, it would have been an automatic first down. And certainly Palm Desert, if it's against Central, is not going to take the penalty.
And it is a first down. I'm glad they asked for the measurement. And the Aztec coaches are not real thrilled.
Yeah, they're wondering, was the ball placed down for the measurement where it actually ended up on the first play? But that beside itself, it's now on the 14-yard line, and Central's got the ball 1st and 10 from the 14.
And it is a direct snap again, and this time getting a block, cutting it to the outside, turning it upfield inside the 5-yard line. And again, that is Matthew Liziola.
Liziola is only a sophomore. And that does pick up the first down. That will make it 1st and goal for the Spartans.
So the Wildcat, 2 snaps in a row, and Liziola again lines up in the Wildcat. 1st and goal, and Liziola goes into the end zone for the score. At least I saw him in. The official says no, he's just shy. The official has a much better look at it than I did.
They put him down at the 1-yard line, so that'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 1. 3-yard pickup. Let's see if Centro decides to run some kind of counter off that. That is 3 straight plays. Now it's been that Wildcat direct snap and him running to the left side of the offense.
Well, there's nobody else in the backfield, John. So it will be a direct snap to Liziola. Snap back. Liziola looks to the outside, cuts it to the inside, and gets it into the end zone. So Matthew Liziola, that's a name from the past in the Spartan history, John.
Yeah, now Liziola, again, he's only a sophomore, up from the freshman squad last year, got some JV action as well. And right there, the Spartan coaching staff showing a lot of confidence in the young man. 4 straight carries, picked up the touchdown.
Well, and we can say that he is 5'8", 180, and that's pretty good numbers for a running back.
Especially as a sophomore, which means he'll get bigger the next couple of years.
David Martinez will try the point after the snap is bobbled and goes nowhere. So, with that, 8 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the first quarter. Our score, it is the Central Spartans 6 and the Palm Desert Aztecs nothing.
Here's a message to students and parents from the Central Union High School District. Showing up is a valuable life habit. Build the habit of good attendance. Attending school every day is possible, and it helps students learn and grow. Attending school improves mental health through socializing, developing friendships, and forming relationships. Be active. Be present. It all begins with showing up. Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro.
The kickoff is picked up at the 15. Running out is Reardon. Reardon across the 25 to the 30, out to the 30. Where are they going to mark it? On the 32-yard line. And props to John Reardon. What did he do? He went right up the middle.
And Ryan Smith, Carroll, with a touchdown-saving tackle. If he doesn't make that tackle, then Reardon's in the end zone right now.
Aztecs come out, second possession, 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Orfield. And there was about 9 of the 11 Aztecs moving as that ball was snapped.
Much better snap, though, from the center. So whatever happened on that first snap, that just kind of rolled back to the quarterback. That time a nice crisp snap right into his midsection, and it looked like he was doing the fake pitch and going to take it off on the left-end sweep, but unfortunately, too many of the Aztecs left before the ball was hiked.
Well, he was so concentrating on getting the snap right, he forgot the snap count. It is 1st and 15. Orfield. Now they move again. This is their second game. And did you see the entire offensive line just going to their left and just trying to power the ball, but never got the play off because they were moving? Can't do that.
Not a real auspicious start here for the Aztecs. First play, a fumble turnover, and then 2 straight motion penalties.
It's still first down, John.
And they have 20 yards to go now.
And that'll go nowhere, just back to the line of scrimmage, as there is nothing there for Connor Orfield.
Yeah, they need to get all the way out to the 42, and right now the ball's on the 22. So that was no gain.
2nd and 20. Aztecs have the football. Oh boy, did he get... that was reminiscent of a play that put me on the sidelines. He was running straight up.
Yeah, that was Reardon, and he took a huge hit.
He was running straight up and took a hit right at the shoulders, and his legs kept going, and the rest of him just dropped.
He was able to pick up 4 yards, so now Palm Desert, in a obvious passing situation, have wideouts, doubles to the right and doubles to the left.
Spread formation, Reardon the single setback next to Orfield. Flood the right side of the field, looking downfield, looking, chased out of the pocket, loses the football, picks it up, and then is hit and dropped again. Orfield having trouble controlling the football, and a lot of that had to do with the pressure that he was getting from one Mr. Jared Martin.
Yeah, Martin did get the sack, and they put the ball down all the way back inside the 20 on the 17-yard line, so that's a 9-yard loss on a sack. Obvious punting situation, 4th and about 30.
So we'll have our first punt of the evening. Gets it away, and it is partially blocked, and the Spartans fall on it, covering the punt. Andrew Salazar, I'm not sure who blocked it. I think it was Gavin Mora that got the block.
There was a couple players in there putting on the pressures. They actually split the guard tackle seam and was able to get in there and get the... So let's go ahead and credit Mora with the block.
This is not the Palm Desert team we saw last year, John.
Well, they do have a new coach.
And a whole bunch of new players. Spartans will come out 1st and 10. They have the ball on the Aztecs' 19-yard line. Ria back to path, looking. He's got a guy open in the end zone, goes up, and it goes incomplete. That guy in the end zone was Nico Viesca, I believe. Nope, it was Artie Estrada.
Yeah, Artie Estrada, up from last year, made that tremendous catch in the Bell game that he took it away from a couple defensive backs and ran the ball in that kept Central in the game, gave them life, and they came back and won in the last seconds.
Again, Real from the shotgun. Hands it off, and that is Mayo. Mayo cuts it to the outside, turns it upfield, and there is a flag on the play, so it will come back.
Looks like it's against Central, either holding or clipping. It's a hold, so that will move it back, bring up 2nd down.
Now, Mayo with a good run.
The hold was well down the line of scrimmage, so we'll see. It is a spot foul, so it's going to be second down, but we'll see how much further behind the yard to make they need. They're going to set the ball down on the 21, so it's really only a 2-yard loss.
Okay, let's update some scores. Calexico leads Castle Park 7-0 first quarter. Snap back, looking Real. Real grabbed and dumped. A big loss there as the Aztecs. Nobody seemed to have the blocking assignment of knocking down Darius Pine. And that is
12-yard sack, putting the Spartans back deeper now. They're looking like what the Aztecs looked at their last series.
All the way back on the 33-yard line. They need to get it to the 9. So that is 3rd and 22.
And Mayo remains the backfield.
Or 24, rather. Real, a little bit of time, fires down, and it is tipped and intercepted. Aztecs returning it back across the 30, the 40, gets a block, now a block in the back also. So returning the ball out to the 43-yard line, but it's going to come back with that block in the back in front of the Aztec bench.
Central's first turnover here in the early going. We're still in the first quarter, 4:34 to go.
Sonora leads Vincent Memorial 14-7. That's in the fourth quarter. That was the halftime score, John. And in case you missed it last night, Desert Mirage defeated Calipatria 24-23. So they'll spot the ball on the 32-yard line in Aztecs territory. That's where we've been all night long.
Yeah, this is their best starting position, though, on the night.
1st and 10. Their own 32. Now flag flies. Somebody encroached.
Yeah, somebody... Aztecs are pointing to the Spartans, and that's because they lined up in the neutral zone. So that will bring up now 1st and 5. Moves the ball across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Spread formation. And they delay. Handoff up the middle to A.J. Rivera. Rivera gets 5, and that should be the first down.
Yeah, they're having trouble with the chains on the sidelines. Now they've got it figured out. So it is Palm Desert's first down on the evening.
And the ball spotted on the 47-yard line, still in Aztec territory. They come out in the spread. Orfield from the shotgun. Reardon is right behind him. Handoff, fake it to Reardon, rolling out to his right, dumping it off, and it goes incomplete. The intended receiver was Evan Blankenship.
And we do have A.J. Rivera in at quarterback now, Carroll, the starter from last week.
So Rivera, the sophomore.
That is Palm Desert's first pass attempt of the evening.
Rivera, and beside him is John Reardon. Spread formation, 2nd and 10 from the Aztecs 47. Back to pass, looking, dumps it off into the flat and overthrows Daniel Yee. Bring up 3rd and 10. And I would expect to see the Spartans blitz on this one, John.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to overthrow Daniel Yee. He's listed at 5'10", but actually he's about 5'5".
I was going to say the same thing, John, but I don't like short jokes.
No, not to be difference to the young man. That's how tall he is.
If he were 5'10", he might have been able to reach that one. 3rd and 10. Aztecs back to pass, getting chased, getting knocked down, getting intercepted. Interception as
Nehemiah Perez on the interception.
Perez, after Martin decked the quarterback, and A.J. Rivera took a big hit in the ribs. It was legitimate. Got the ball off, and Nehemiah picked it off. So the Aztecs still have not made it into Spartan territory. It is 1st and 10 Spartans from their own 49-yard line. Back to pass, Real fires. It's complete over in the flat, and there will be nothing there. The pass, I believe it was Alex Trejo.
Yeah, that time it was completed to Emiliano Morales. His first catch, another sophomore. And you can tell that Palm Desert has certainly scouted Central. Central has made a reputation of throwing those short, quick passes right at the line of scrimmage, and that one actually lost about 3 yards.
Flags fly again. Come on, guys. This is the second game of the season. We don't have to make these mistakes. And this will go against the Aztecs.
It's exactly the same thing that happened to the Spartans. Their cornerback lined up in the neutral zone. All you have to do is look to the ref, and he'll either say yes or no. But didn't happen on those two plays.
Did you catch it last night? Imperial beat Holtville 37-14. Last night, Desert Mirage 24, Calipat 23. Real back to pass, unloads a big long one, and overthrows the intended receiver there, Nehemiah Perez. Perez had a yard or a half a yard on the defender, and the defender had a handful of his shirt. And that was Arturo Estrada. One is number 8, Perez is 8, Estrada 9.
And as soon as we get to the end of this first quarter, 2:50, we'll be able to lift the window up and be able to see a little clearer. Kind of a glare right now as the lights are catching on.
No excuse. The eyes are getting glare. Throws it behind the line of scrimmage. It was intended for Joshua Garcia. Goes incomplete. Wouldn't have done much of anything anyway, John.
Yeah, Palm Desert all over that play. We mentioned that they've scouted Central. They know Central likes to do those short, quick passes right at the line of scrimmage where they block down. And so far, the offense just not quite as crisp as they're going to be as they work on this with these new players, sophomores and juniors, getting their varsity experience now. Central back to punt.
On the 4th and 7.
David Martinez will kick it.
Ball bounces back to Martinez. He gets away high, relatively short kick, but it takes a great bounce and will go out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Aztecs will put it in play there. 1st and 10 Aztecs on their own 22-yard line.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. Kxo Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls, plus beer, wine, and sake. And they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Kxo Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4444. Your takeout.
And it'll be 1st and 10 Aztecs. Let's see who is in at quarterback this series from the spread formation. A little bit of a hard count, takes a snap, looks downfield, nothing downfield, dumps it off to the safety valve while in the grasp of Matthew Liziola.
A.J. Rivera back at quarterback again, completed pass, their first completion of the evening, but it goes for negative. They're back now inside the 20, and they put it down on the 18-yard line, it looks like, so that lost 4 yards.
It'll be 2nd and 14. Time moving on here in the first quarter. It is Central 6, Palm Desert nothing. We've got 2 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Very choppy first quarter so far. A lot of whistles, a lot of stop play, even a touchdown.
And the Aztecs long snap count. and getting sandwiched and then losing the football, and the Spartans recover it again.
We're going to have to wait and see if they might have called this a shovel pass. But it looks
was
like
backwards.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call it as a pitch. And now on the bottom of the pile, it must be a Palm Desert because they say keep the
clock running. It is still Palm Desert's football.
Now the ball is sitting on the 15-yard line, so that was another loss of 3.
So they've got to get it out to the 33-yard line. It's sitting on the 15, so that's roughly about, 23 yards?
Palm Desert a little bit offset. They've set their huddle was way offset to the ball, so they have to run back to the side as the ball was placed on the hash mark, not the center of the field.
It is 3rd and about 23, roughly. And on the...
A.J. Rivera with the carry, and Jared Martin wasn't going to let him get very far, which he didn't. He brought him down. I believe the young man was able to get across the 15. They're going to give him a yard, so that'll bring up now 4th down, a long ways to go.
And for both teams, long snaps have been a problem. So let's see what happens here.
Now, last night in the JV game, Palm Desert did a fake punt. I doubt if they'd fake here on their own 16-yard line.
I'd be surprised. Artie Estrada is deep to receive, standing right on the midfield stripe. And now there's timeout on the field.
Well, the clock ran out, so we're going to the second quarter.
The end of the first quarter of play. Our score, it is Central 6, Palm Desert nothing.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro.
And it's high school football. We are live on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California. We're also live on YouTube. You can tune in YouTube anywhere in the world. And you have a chance to comment along with it. I don't want to hear any comments about my math. That was never my strong point. So the Aztecs will punt. Snap is pretty good, and a beautiful punt. Estrada will drop back, pick it up at the 45, looking for some running room, turns it upfield, splits some would-be tacklers. He's across the 40, the 30, the 20, cuts back at the 10, and inside the 10 at about the 8, and a flag comes in very, very late.
That's for a face mask. When Estrada put a fake on the remaining defense, he just reached out and grabbed anything he could, which was the face mask. So Estrada showing his excellent return ability, took it down inside the 10-yard line.
So Artie Estrada doing what Artie Estrada does so well, and that is run in the open field with the football.
Excellent blocking as well by the Spartans, as it looks like they might pick up the flag. So we've got unsportsmanlike against the Spartans. So that's going to move this one back. I did not see any call against Palm Desert for the face mask. So it looks like it should be a 15-yard penalty, so that should put the ball out around the 25-yard line.
And they are marching it off now. Alan Phillips will spot it. at the 24-yard line. Arturo Estrada with a great return on a very good punt. I think the punt in some instances outkicked the coverage.
Now John Seaman is explaining to the Spartans what the infraction was. Obviously, we can't hear up here in the booth. Central not real happy as Nico Viesca looks like he's back.
The Wildcat, and Viesca cuts it right up between the guard and the tackle, gets it down to the 20, so a pickup of 4. We have seen quite a bit of the Wildcat tonight, John.
Yes, now because of the penalty was on the return, it's not 1st and 25, it's set up 1st and 10. So the Spartans need to have the yard to make is about the 14. And right now sitting on the 21, so they got 7 to go. And Viesca stays in.
And we saw them use the Wildcat quite a bit last year as well, John.
Especially in the early part of the season.
And Viesca looking, cuts it inside again. He's hit and dropped. There's a flag. Viesca picked up about another 3 to 4 yards, but let's see who the flag's on. Typically, it'll be holding. Holding against the Spartans. I think it was a takedown, John.
Now, if we remember the second Brawley game last year, Carroll, there was 16 penalties called against the Spartans in that game, playoff game against Brawley. So now they've moved the ball back to the 28, so it's a -8, but it will repeat second down.
It'll be 2nd and 13.
And Real is back in at the quarterback spot.
Viesca is next to him. He dumps it off in the flat. It is Estrada. Estrada again in the open field. Will pick up 10 yards after the catch. Takes it down to the 22-yard line. So he picked up about 8. It'll bring up 3rd and 7. The yards after catch, yak, for Estrada, phenomenal.
Now the play being called in as Estrada was on the sidelines talking with Coach Pena. He lines up wide right, 3 wide to the left. So Estrada is pretty much man-to-man coverage.
Real from the shotgun.
Viesca in his backfield.
Snap back, looking to pass, has some time, dumps it off. It is complete to Estrada, cutting across the middle, down inside the 10, at the 5, before he spun out of bounds. That right across the middle, Estrada just goes from right to left with a beautiful lane, and then again picks up huge yardage after the catch.
18-yard pickup, Estrada's 3rd catch here in the early going.
And 15 of that was after the catch.
Yeah, they're not throwing the ball far downfield, but there was good blocking that time because Estrada had to come clear across the field to make that reception.
Viesca from the Wildcat. Viesca right up the gut. Viesca down close to the... Where are they going to spot it? On about the 4-yard line. So from the 8, where it was 1st and goal, down to the 4. And with the Wildcat like that, John, you got the one running back, the quarterback. In some respects, you know, it's kind of like a naked single wing, and the Wildcat quarterback can pick, where do I see the hole opening, right, left, or up the middle?
That's exactly what it is. It's a single wing tailback. He gets the snap, and he can go where he wants to.
And there he does, and takes it outside, then cuts it back inside, and gets it into the end zone. And, it's funny, Coach Mike Swearingen and I were talking, and he said, he ran the single wing at one point. And, it is still a very viable offense. The Wildcat, to me, is a single wing with only, a stump there, the one quarterback.
They can go ahead and put all the terminology in they want. It's still the same football they've been playing for 100 years, Carroll.
We'll have the point after attempt. Kick from placement.
David Martinez, they need a better snap and they get it.
Good snap. Kick is up. The kick is into the stem building and good for the point after. 8:23 to play in the first half. 13-6, the Central Spartans lead.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IBC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO El Centro offside. The whole left side of the Spartan kickoff line was offside on the kickoff, so they'll do it again. The Spartans there went 24 yards on 5 plays, 3 of them on the ground, 2 for 2 passing. The score, well, that was about a 4-yard ramble by Nico Viesca. And the point after attempt by Martinez was good. That makes it 13-0. The Central Spartans lead the Palm Desert Aztecs. The kickoff this time will be deep, fielded at the 10, and cutting to the outside, looking and getting a beautiful, beautiful open field tackle. That one will go in the textbook as Jode Aguilar.
Yeah, I am impressed.
That was textbook.
I'm impressed with Palm Desert's return. They set up a picket line or they open a hole right through the middle. And once again, it was just an excellent tackle by Aguilar that saved, hard to tell, 20, 30 yards perhaps?
Well, it was textbook. The returner put a couple of moves on, and Aguilar didn't go for it. Dump off in the flat, and the catch is made by Daniel Yee, and he will be pushed out of bounds after a pickup of 2. Bring up 2nd and 8.
First completed pass on the night, and that is A.J. Rivera at quarterback, the sophomore. Looks like Connor Orfield, who was the starter tonight, has been replaced by last week's starter. So we expect to see, unless there's an injury, Rivera to go the rest of the way.
Rivera from the shotgun. Reardon right next to him. Hands off to Reardon, and there was a hole, and then the hole closed. The hole opened up, and then Jared Martin shut him down for no gain. Again, textbook. When you look at the film, you will see what amounts to a textbook tackle.
Brings up 3rd and long, looking at about 8 yards, a long 8 yards. And right now, Palm Desert's offense is pretty much stuck in the mud due to Central's defense.
2 down linemen for the Spartans. They're coming after the quarterback, and the pressure made him throw before he wanted to, and it goes incomplete as pressure on Rivera brings up 4th and 8.
We've already had 1 block punt by the Spartans tonight. Once again, the kicker for the Aztecs is going to be back in the shadow of his own end zone. And that kicker is Nicholas Danglis.
And Arturo Estrada stands back on his own 40-yard line.
And they have changed Danglis. It is now Dawson Johnson punting.
And one of the Aztecs jumped, but wasn't called. It is Estrada at the 40, the 50, and steps out of bounds in front of the Aztec bench in Aztec territory at the 42-yard line. Discretion, the better part of valor.
Yes, Estrada after that big return that set up the second touchdown for the Spartans. Spartans once again already in Aztec territory as they're led back out on the field by Jonathan Real, the senior quarterback.
Well, the Spartans have been in Aztec territory all night, John. And the Aztecs have been in Aztec territory all night.
We've already had 3 turnovers, 2 by the Aztecs, 1 by the Spartans.
1st and 10. And on the wide receiver sweep, and then he's sets back and throws, and it's incomplete, as I think somebody spotted that play. Emiliano Morales from the wide receiver spot showed sweep, then pulled up and fired downfield, but he was in the grasp. Somebody knocked his arm, and it goes incomplete.
Yeah,
that was a surprise, John.
And that play just about a 1/10 of a second too long to get the ball off. There was 2 Central Spartans down on the 10-yard line. Either one could have caught it and walked in the end zone.
Morales again goes in motion. Handoff is right up the middle, and there's nothing there. It'll be the loss of about 4 yards as the Aztecs just slammed the door on Viesca.
Yeah, that's one of the problems when you hike the ball and then hand it off 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. If you get any kind of penetration, you're going to end up with negative yards, and that's exactly what happened.
3rd and about 12. And rolling. Real looking, dumps it off, and it goes incomplete. He threw it away, basically.
He did have a couple Spartans in the area. They both would have been short for the first down yard to make.
Miguel Vega was the closest to that, and Real smartly just dumped it off. Going to bring up 4th down for the Spartans.
And we will see their second straight punt, second possession in a row that they've had to kick the football. David Martinez back out on the field.
And so far, the Aztecs have not dropped anybody back to receive the punt.
Well, let's see if they go after it. No, they don't.
And it'll be a high punt. And it takes a neutral bounce. The Spartans will down it at the 15-yard line. Aztecs on the play will take over after the punt. We'll be back.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Aza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Aza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Aza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
13-0, the Central Spartans lead the Aztecs with the football. A little bit of confusion in the backfield, and that'll lose about 5 yards as the handoff from Rivera to
Reardon with the carry. And we'll have the stats, of course, at halftime like we always do for the last 39 years. But what we're looking at right now, Carroll, is both of the offenses have had a really tough time moving the football.
It is a loss. They give him only 3, so it'll be 2nd and 13. The ball is on the 13-yard line.
A.J. Rivera is still at quarterback.
Reardon is right next to him. Spread formation. Wide right, wide left, 2 slots on the right side. Dropping back, looking to pass, and it is complete. And the pass completed to Nicholas Dangles. And what the Spartans did there, John, if you saw, they gambled on a pick and almost made it. And in the process, gave up
Yeah,
about
12,
10 yards.
12 yards, actually. They put the ball all the way out in the 24. So now they have 3rd and 1, a very makeable first down opportunity here. Nice looking pass and a good route by the Aztecs.
Aztecs 3rd down. Here come the Spartans. Dump it off. It is completed in the flat and stopped for a loss. Great play in there by Alex Trejo, Jared Martin, and Nehemiah Perez. And it'll bring up 4th and 3.
You had 4th and 2, and you throw a pass, lose a yard, so now it's 4th and 3.
It does well for your completion percentage, but not a whole lot for yardage. The punting game has been an adventure tonight. The long snaps seem to be working now, but Arturo Estrada stands back on the 45-yard line. This time, the snap to one of the upbacks, and it goes awry. Daniel Yee will be dropped at the 20-yard line, so the Spartans take over 1st and 10 on the Aztecs 20-yard line.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Okay, John Driffill, this is the second game of the year for both these teams, and it's been a bit sloppy at times.
Yeah, you can tell that both teams are playing against the reputation of the other team, and it's settled down now. But I just missed it by one series, the fake punt, because I've been watching the Palm Desert Aztecs for years and years, and they like to run that kind of stuff. Now, I'm surprised they ran it inside their own 25, but Centro, great field position.
Real from the shotgun. Real hands off up the middle. Viesca. Viesca is hit, then slides to the left and picks up a couple of extra yards. Somebody loses their head. Just the helmet. So Viesca lost his hat. He's going to have to come out.
And he'll be replaced by Mayo.
Nope. John C. Well, he hasn't come out, so
maybe the rule's been changed. I don't know.
It is a pickup of 2, so it's 2nd and 8. Viesca in the backfield. Real takes the snap, hands off to Viesca, goes into the end zone for the score. It opened up big on the right-hand side, and young Mr. Nico Viesca carried it 18 yards to the house.
And you can see the quickness in that young man. He's got the power now with the added weight, and the quickness that time just ran right away from the Palm Desert Aztecs defense.
So the Spartans move ahead, 19-0 with an attempt kick from placement. Snap is good. The kick is up. The kick is good. 2:39 to play in the first half. It is Central 20 and the Palm Desert Aztecs nothing.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655.
We are set for the kickoff as the Spartans capitalized on the fake punt that didn't work. So Martinez will again kick off. He's been kicking deep, and this is no exception. The wind is not a factor at the 5, bringing it out across the 10 to the 20 and getting knocked down hard. On the return was Jonah Toland. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Aztecs as they put the ball in play, and they will spot it at the 21-yard line in Aztec territory because that's where they've been all night.
Central has cleaned up a little bit of their kick coverage, just getting the butterfly jitters out of the first home game, and that time they converged on it, did not get sucked in, and Palm Desert once again back barely outside their 20.
Long snap count. Trying to draw the Spartans off, but it doesn't work. The handoff and dancing, darting, Reardon will pick up about 5 yards. Updating some scores, Castle Park and Calexico, the Bulldogs with a 14-7 lead. Sonora, La Habra Sonora defeated Vincent 14-7. That's final. And Southwest leads Banning 8-7. That game up in the Banning Pass. You know, Banning, Beaumont up in that area.
Right there in the LA southern section.
Yes. I know the area well. It is 2nd and 5. And the snap back, and off to fake it to Reardon, and he keeps it as the Aztecs, A.J. Rivera, the quarterback, will pick up about 2 or 3 yards. Clock continues to run. We've got a minute and a half to play in the first half.
Central will receive the second half kicks since they deferred when they won the toss to start the game.
And the 3rd down and about 3. The Aztecs not in any hurry. I think they would just as soon go in the locker room.
Yeah, we'd expect a timeout here in just a moment as the Aztecs do not look like they're going to run a play here.
No, they are staying in the huddle. We'll take the timeout. It is Central 20 and Palm Desert Aztecs nothing.
McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party. With party platters, choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter. When drains don't work, we do.
It is high school football. We're live on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California, and on YouTube. And don't forget, you can comment along with the broadcast on our YouTube channel if you subscribe. 53 seconds to play in the first half. Rivera from the shotgun. And the handoff, no handoff, again fakes a handoff. It is picked off on a deflection and carrying it down inside the 10, inside the 5, pushes away a tackler into the end zone as Braden Mayo picks it off and takes it 45 yards into the house for a score.
Second interception here. First one that was taken all the way for a touchdown.
Braden Mayo with the fireworks. It was tipped twice, actually, by the intended receiver, by another defender, and went right to Mayo, and Mayo knew what to do with it.
Yeah, first the Spartan tipped it, then it hit off the shoulder pad of the Aztec and into Mayo's hands, and he took it into the end zone.
Snap back, kick up. The kick point after is good. 39 seconds to play in the first half. It's 27-0. The Central Spartans have the lead.
The Central Union High School District says, Happy Attendance Awareness Month. That's right. September is Attendance Awareness Month. And Southwest High School, Central Union High School, Desert Oasis High School, Phoenix Rising High School, and the Central Union Adult School and Mount Signal Virtual Academy remind you that attendance leads to a culture of achievement every day, all year long. Be active, be present. It all begins with showing up.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
High deep kickoff, fielded at the 5, out to the 10. Looking for room is Reardon, and he'll be pushed out of bounds and into the Spartan sidelines, but no issues there. They will spot the ball on the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Aztecs from their own 23. I would not be surprised if I see them just take a knee, John.
Yeah, they've got 34 seconds. Now, Central does have all 3 timeouts, so we'll see if they run something here. But Central's kickoff coverage much better. They kicked the ball that time into this corner, the 10-yard line, and unless the player wants to reverse field or run clear around the other side, he's not going to go very far. So Central doing a much better job on their kick coverage.
There's a whole lot more involved in the kicking game than just somebody kicking the ball downfield. Handoff is to Reardon. Reardon is stood up. He'll lose about 4 yards.
And that might be the last play unless Central decides to exercise their 3 timeouts, which I don't think they will.
I don't think so either. Getting up from the bottom of the pile, Josiel Rodriguez. And that will be the end of the first half. At the end of one half of football, it is Central 27 and the Palm Desert Aztecs nothing.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. Kxo Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls, plus beer, wine, and sake. And they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Kxo Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4444. Your takeout.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party. With party platters, choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IBC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California. We are also on the YouTube channel and the KXO website. so you can listen in. We've got a scoreboard that is updated constantly, and we will update some scores around the valley for you. 2 of the games played last night. Why? Because there are not enough officials to play all the games on a Friday night. And what does that mean? Okay, did you play football in high school? Did you play baseball or softball? Are you a fan? Did you play basketball, volleyball, badminton? Become an official. Give back to the sport and to the kids that are playing the sport now. And one of the things, as a member of the Imperial Valley Officials Association, I am well aware that officials are aging out, and we need new, younger blood to get involved in officiating at all sports. And John Seaman, the referee tonight, 29 years of doing this. Alan Phillips, who is the umpire, 39 years of doing this. And some of you, 30s, 40s, even into your 50s, get involved, participate, officiate. You can stay involved in the sport, and you can give something back. So it's something that you should keep in mind. We're at the half, and it is 27-0, the Central Spartans with the lead.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road. There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Aza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Aza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Aza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m., serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655.
Okay, John Driffill, what do we have for numbers?
Yeah, the numbers are actually quite eye-popping, Carroll. We did mention it was a sloppy first half, but Central comes away after putting 4 touchdowns up on the board. And one was an interception that they took into the house. One was a wildcat. So they've scored several different ways. But let's look at what Palm Desert's done. It's even more awe-inspiring and not very pretty for what the Aztecs have brought down here from Palm Desert. They get credited with 13 rushes in the first half for -8 yards. Now that's because, remember, there were some sacks in there where their quarterback was sacked, and there also was a couple sweeps they ran that were tackled behind the line of scrimmage. But they actually ended up with a -26 yards. They did have 18 plus yards, so that's how they got the -8 total yards. 4 for 9 was the quarterback combination. Mostly the passes were attempted by A.J. Rivera, but those 4 for 9 only went for 9 yards. One went for 12 yards, 1 for 2, and then the other 2 for a -5 because they were tackled behind the line of scrimmage. So you look at plus 9 yards passing, -8 yards rushing, you get 1 yard in the first half. Not good. Palm Desert was able to get 1 first down. Also, a glaring stat was the turnovers. Palm Desert with 3 turnovers, all in the first quarter, except that second touchdown right near the end of the second quarter. They did have a fumble that was recovered by the Spartans, Elijah Acevedo. And the 2 interceptions, one by Nehemiah Perez and the other by Braden Mayo, that was taken into the end zone for a touchdown. So as you look at the stats, putting up no points, you can see why when you rush for -8, you throw 9 passes, only get 9 yards out of that. Obviously 1 yard per attempt for a total of 1 yard with 1 first down and 3 turnovers. We'll be back with more after this.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in California needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
We're back at Cal Jones Field on the campus of Central High School here in El Centro, California. We're at the half in the second game of the 2023 football season. Palm Desert Aztecs, visiting from up north, are trailing 27-0. We mentioned that Palm Desert has a total of 1 yard in the first half, only 1 first down with 3 turnovers. Central, they've got points on the board, but their stats really aren't that glaring as far as standing out either.
Well, that's because, John, short yardage and, the pick for the pick six. They've had a short field.
Right. Also, we didn't mention the block punt, which isn't a stat that you talk about on your offensive side. So Palm Desert also gave up a block punt. We had 12 rushes for Central in the first half for 22 yards, 4 for 9 on the evening. Jonathan Real for the Spartans for 25 yards, giving Central 47 total yards and 4 first downs with an interception. Carroll, I'm sure that if we had talked to the Palm Desert coach before the game and said, hey, halftime, you've got an interception, you've held them to 22 yards rushing, 25 yards passing for 47 total yards, he'd say, I'd take that in a heartbeat, because Central usually puts up a couple hundred yards in the first half when they're rolling. So you would look at that, and I'm sure he would accept that, but unfortunately with all of their turnovers and their inability to move the football, they're 4 touchdowns down. We'll take a look at the individual stats after this.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services, from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
Here's a message to students and parents from the Central Union High School District. Showing up is a valuable life habit. Build the habit of good attendance. Attending school every day is possible, and it helps students learn and grow. Attending school improves mental health through socializing, developing friendships, and forming relationships. Be active. Be present. It all begins with showing up.
Kxo Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. Kxo offers you 50 different sushi rolls, plus beer, wine, and sake. And they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. Kxo Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Kxo also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4444. Your takeout.
We're at Cal Jones Field. We're at the half at the first home game for the Spartans in this 2023 season. They lead the visiting Aztecs of Palm Desert High School 27-0. We mentioned that Central was able to pick up 47 total yards. Let's see how they did that. First, they had 3 different ball carriers, but actually only 2, as the quarterback, Jonathan Real, was sacked twice for a negative 14 yards. So picking up the positive yards, Nico Viesca had 6 carries for 17 yards and a touchdown. Also, Matthew Liziola, running the Wildcat, had 4 carries for 19 yards and a touchdown. We already mentioned that the 4th touchdown was an interception returned in the end zone by Braden Mayo. On the receiving end of the 4 completed passes, 2 different players. First, Emilio Morales had 1 catch, very Palm Desert Aztec-like in that he caught it behind the line of scrimmage and was tackled for a 3-yard loss. And receiving the brunt of the pass attempts and catches tonight was, as we would expect, Arturo Estrada, the senior. He had 3 catches for 28 yards. So you don't see a lot of eye-popping stats from the Central Spartans, but what you do see is efficient scoring all the different ways, playing excellent defense, very good special teams as well, getting a blocked punt. Central will receive the second half kick, and we'll be back with that after this.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IVC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu. Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Okay, John, let's talk about something that I think I'm going to enjoy. It is flag football. And you actually were able to watch one of the games this week, right?
Yes, I actually ran the scoreboard. I'm able to do that for the JV freshman games on Thursday nights. And they actually have 2 football games a week, flag football. Most of the participants have a JV and a varsity team. And the inaugural football game from Central, who else? Brawley. And they actually had to change it from Monday to Tuesday, but this Tuesday was the opening flag football game. Brand new sport. Last spring, San Diego section added boys volleyball to the Imperial Valley, and this last Tuesday, they added flag football for the girls. Brawley came in here with 2 full squads. The JV game, Central won 7-0, and the varsity game, the Spartans also came away with a victory. And it's interesting to see a lot of participation, Carroll. Now, it's not the same as tackle football. It's just almost as different as softball is from baseball. They play an 80-yard field, and you can see the field here where it's marked the numbers at the 50. That's the out-of-bounds line for flag football. So it's not as wide. It's only 80 yards long, which means the 40 is the midfield. And the end zones are the same, 10 yards. They have a lot of different rules, only 7 players at a time. Everybody's eligible. That means you can pass the ball to the center, to whoever you want to. All 6 players, once you hike it, are eligible. And they don't really have what you would consider a snap. Now, they can get out and snap the ball, or they can actually turn sideways and just toss it back, because the defense must stay 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. And then once the ball is snapped back to the quarterback and the quarterback has the football, then there's the opportunity for the defense to come in, attack, play defense, man-to-man, whatever zone, however they're going to play it. So it's a very rapid type game. JV plays 15-minute running clock with 2-minute stop time for each half. Varsity plays 20-minute running clock with 2-minute stop time. That means unless there's an injury or an actual timeout, the clock runs. Score a touchdown, run out of bounds, go to the snack bar, clock's still running. The last 2 minutes, it's regular stop time for incompleted passes, etc.
It sounds like an exciting game. The ladies deserve this, and at some point during the season, I do want to broadcast one of the games, and as you said, it's very fast-paced. So it'll make it very interesting from the broadcast booth, but It's something that I think would be a lot of fun, and I think the audience would enjoy.
It's definitely something that we commented on up here. Joe Connor, who was the PA, is next door during the game tonight. He was doing it also for the varsity ladies game. And Carroll, at the start of the second half, they had all the Central girls bust the paper right there underneath the goalpost like the boys do. And you know that some of those kids saw that since they were 3 or 4 coming here to Cal Jones Field, and all of them thinking, I'm never going to get a chance to do that. Well, now because of this, they had the chance and they got to do it.
We have a kickoff coming up, just updating some scores real quickly. Calexico leads Castle Park 21-7. Southwest at the half has a 16-7 lead over Banning. Our score here, 27-0. The Central Spartans with the lead as we get underway in the second half. The Spartans won the toss and elected to defer. They will receive the second half kickoff. Deep to receive Arturo Estrada and Joshua Garcia.
And they are up because this Palm Desert team, they like to do things like onside kicks, punch kicks, little floater kicks into the open space. So both deep men are really not very deep. They're on the 20-yard line.
They want to keep it away from Estrada as well. So they kick it to Garcia. He fields it at the 20. Estrada throws a nice block for him. Garcia turns it upfield, loses the football, and the Aztecs fall on it.
This will be Central's second turnover of the night.
Angel Rangel falls on the football. And it'll be Aztecs with the first break of the second half. They will put it in play 1st and 10, their best field position of the night, because we'll spot the ball on the Spartans' 35-yard line.
A.J. Rivera, the sophomore, is leading them out at the quarterback position.
And I don't know if you noticed, John, I noticed little things. The Aztecs use the choir boy huddle.
Yes, and they've been famous for that. That's one of the things that Coach McComb brought in. And although he is now in Alabama, it's left here and picked up by the coaching staff.
Rivera calls the play in the huddle. He's got a new guy standing behind him. At running back is Alan Bradbury.
Let's see if they go deep, Carroll, on this first play after that big turnover.
Rivera hands off to Bradbury. No, he doesn't. He fakes it to Bradbury, turns it upfield, and he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage. Bradbury, by the way, is listed at 6'5" or so, 6'3", 175. That's more of a guard in the basketball part. And
we have an injured
Aztec.
Have
an injury, and right now, I believe that's the fire chief, who is a paramedic, going out to check on the Aztec. While they check on the injured Aztec, and is it Rivera? I believe it is. We'll take this time out. It is 27-0. Central leads Palm Desert.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Aza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Aza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Aza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Orfield in at quarterback. Orfield does hand off and picking up about 3 yards on the carry.
It looked a little bit like a scrum from Australian rules football where the pile, and we have another Aztec down.
The ball carrier there was Alan Bradbury. Brawley leads Valley Center 6-0. That's at the half. And as you pointed out, another Aztec down. The first one that went down, pretty sure it was a cramp because he was able to get up and get off the field. and it's that time of year. Now, the Aztecs, of course, from Palm Desert, they've got the same weather, so you can't really blame that on their conditioning. It will be 3rd and 7 when we come back. Timeout on the field for the injury. 27-0. Central leads Palm Desert.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party. With party platters, choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Then there is timeout on the field for an injury, and the Palm Desert Aztec is being tended to. A paramedic, a couple of trainers, and a coach are talking to the injured young man, and we'll see what the issue is. I think probably, as is typical, it would be a cramp. Deirdre Robinson, all 6 foot, 285 pounds of him, gets up and limps off the field. Robinson appears to be okay.
Yeah, let's hope it is a cramp, Carroll. It's those cramps, they feel like your leg's about ready to fall off, but they're not serious. They'll try to get some fluids into them, and we hopefully will see him back out on the field.
Well, John, I never really cramped up because it's a muscle cramp, and I never had enough muscles to cramp. So
I'm there with you. We got 3rd down now and about 7.5 to go.
Calexico leads Castle Park 21-13. That's at the half. Connor Orfield is still at quarterback. He started.
And Reardon is flanked behind him. Now the other side.
Moves from left to right. Back to pass. Orfield sidearms it downfield. And did he say it was a catch?
No, he said it was incomplete. Bobbled it as it went out of bounds.
It'll be 4th down and about 7.
And Aztecs are going to go for it. They've already had one punt block tonight. They're trailing by 27-0, so they're going for it. Orfield in the shotgun.
Orfield drops back, gets some pressure, gets hit, shakes one tackler, and will lose about 3 yards on the sack. One of the Spartans is grabbing his knee. So we'll have to see about that. This appears to be a little bit more than a cramp, but an injured Spartan on the field right now. The Spartans, when we do come back, will put the ball in play. It'll be 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line when we come back.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Well, being helped off the field right now is Josiel Rodriguez, the junior. And we'll wait and see if this is a cramp.
Josiel is a linebacker, and he was one of the blitzers on that play.
He had Orfield in his grasp, and Orfield was able to pull away. But it is 1st and 10 Spartans from their own 36-yard line.
Real is in at quarterback.
Puts Vega in motion, fakes it to, then a shovel pass in the middle. A little bit of an option there, John. He faked it to Viesca and then started towards the line of scrimmage and stopped short and shoveled it to Arturo Estrada, and Estrada picked up 8 yards.
And that's a very good play. I do not believe that was improvised. I believe that's what the play was called.
2nd and 2. Little flanker screen to Estrada. Estrada breaks one tackle and pushes his way forward across the 50 to the 45-yard line in Aztec territory. Arturo Estrada again, yards after the catch.
Yes, Estrada picking up where he left off with 3 receptions, has 2 already here in the early going in the third quarter.
And the Spartans basically no huddle at this point.
Yeah, the Aztecs are reeling, obviously trailing 27-0 here.
Real again puts Vega in motion, hands off to Viesca. Viesca rips across the middle. He'll pick up 9 down to the 37-yard line in Aztec territory.
We watched Viesca, the sophomore, last year play on the varsity, and we could see that the potential was there, the explosiveness, but he's just that much quicker this year, Carroll, and that much stronger as he's carrying players with him now.
He's about 20 pounds over what he was last year, John. He's listed at 185, and that's a solid 5'8". Fake it to Viesca, dump it off, incomplete. Great idea there. Emiliano Morales out in the flat. Nobody downfield for the Aztecs to cover him. And Real just threw it out a little bit too far.
He got a little bit excited, didn't set his feet, tossed it out there. And so now we're going to have the Wildcat. Looks like Viesca is going to take the direct snap. 3rd and short.
I'm not sure, back in my day, when we played without helmets, if I would have liked the Wildcat, because I would not have been the Wildcat. And Viesca picks up the first down, moves the rugby scrum, still moving down inside the 30. That was just a living, breathing organism as it moved down, John.
Yeah, and you see the Spartans well coached, that they're all grabbing and pushing, because you can do that now. Used to be you couldn't push from behind, but not anymore as Viesca picks up 7 more yards.
1st and 10 from the 30. I think the Aztec offensive numbers will be bigger in the second half. Vega in motion again. Handoff, it is Viesca. Viesca hit, and he'll only gain about 2 yards that time. In on the stop for the Aztecs was Jackson Bishop, a sophomore at 215 pounds.
And we mentioned that these Aztecs are young. They're playing a lot of sophomores as well, and juniors who did not play varsity last year. Centro looks like they're getting the play call, and now it's signaled in from Real, the quarterback. Viesca,
no huddle.
Viesca behind him.
Fake it to Viesca, rolling to his left, being chased, dumps it off, incomplete. That'll be intentional grounding.
Yeah, this is not the NFL where you can't be out of the pocket and throw the ball to nobody in particular, and that's exactly what Real did. So it will also be a loss of down.
Now, he did throw it to somebody in particular, the coach on the Aztec sideline, and he caught it.
So this will actually be worse than a sack because the penalty is enforced from where he threw the ball, and you do lose the down. So it's going to go to third down, and instead of 3rd and 8, it's going to be 3rd and maybe 28. We'll have to see where they finally stop marching. They're going to cross the 50, so they're now down inside Spartan territory, and it looks like they're going to put the ball down. Well, John Seaman crossed the 50, but the ball didn't. They're going to put the ball on the 48 of the Aztecs.
That is Alan Phillips' call, not John Seaman's.
And that will be a nice 19-yard penalty.
Jesse Blackburn just went in at an offensive line position, 6'2", 290. Long snap count, short snap, dumping it off, and almost picked the pass intended for Vega and short hopped by one of the Palm Desert defenders, C.J. Acosta. I'm sorry. It was Angel Rangel, and short hop didn't count.
So that does bring up a punting situation. This will be the 3rd punt of the evening for the Spartans. As dropping back to kick, he's handled all the punts tonight, David Martinez. Let's see if the Palm Desert Aztecs come after this. It does look like they have a return set up.
They have a return set up, and they're not really coming after it. Beautiful punt. And fielding it back at the 1-yard line, fumbling it in the end zone. That'll be a safety.
Yeah, that's going to be a safety. The young man didn't catch it cleanly. It ended up in the end zone, so that's going to be 2 points for Central. They can't call that a touchback.
Well, on a punt, it might be, you might consider that a muff, and it'll go where he first touched it.
Yeah, we'll let them figure it out. One thing is it did not bounce in the end zone. It hit off of him in the playing field and then went in the end zone, and he covered it. They're putting the ball on the 20-yard line, so it looks like they're going to call it a touchback.
Touchback because of the muffed punt, not the fumble. And that...
As right now, all the referees are explaining this to the Aztecs. They don't really need to just tell them what the play is unless they set the ball at the 20 for the free kick. Now, if they set it for the free kick, Central's going to have to get back off the football.
No, I believe what they're calling is it was a muffed punt. And the Aztecs will have the ball 1st and 10 after the touchback. They spot it on the 20. We could always call New York and get the video replay and get an answer in 2 weeks. So 1st and 10 Aztecs on their own 20-yard line following the touchback on a muffed punt.
And we're still just under 6 minutes to go. We barely played half of this 3rd quarter.
Back to pass, looking, firing deep downfield, and almost intercepted. The best chance was C.J. Acosta.
We've got a flag down in the backfield, so this may be a late hit on the quarterback, so let's see.
Personal foul, roughing the passer against the Spartans. You don't need that when you're leading 27-0. Can't say enough about the kicking team, John. The Spartans kicking game, able to put the kickoff where he wants it, funnel the return to where he's got people. The punting game, when he gets a good snap, able to get high, deep punts, and with good coverage downfield.
Palm Desert's initial first down here in the 3rd quarter.
1st and 10 from the 2 men moving, but they can do that before they get set. 1st and 10 spotted on the 35, handoff in the middle, and this time on the carry, it is Zachary Gibbs
First time we've called Gibbs tonight. He's a linebacker, and they've got him running in this nice play. That's their biggest gain from scrimmage as far as rushing. He carried the ball 6 yards.
And he is in the backfield. We actually do not have a name for number 43. So we'll call him Zachary Gibbs, who is number 42. Trips on the right side. Handoff again up the middle, and it was 2nd and 4, and he picked up 3. On the tackle for the Spartans, Felix Aguirre.
Yeah, Palm Desert here with a nice little push going midway through the third quarter, trailing 27-0, but they're now looking at 3rd and 1. A little more bounce in their step, Carroll, as the quarterback comes in. Orfield, who started, then was taken out. Rivera went with looked like a cramp, and Orland's back in there.
Trips on the left side, that's the near side, and one of the Spartans gets a little bit anxious and goes offside. That'll be the first down. Okay, what do you think so far, Frankie? Okay, you're right, Central's playing pretty good. So right now, I think they have a number of substitutes in, and yeah, the one of the things Coach has always been very, very good about, John, is getting kids into play.
Yes, and actually it was probably a good thing that young man jumped offside, because there was 2 receivers on the outside of him that were uncovered.
1st and 10. Orfield fires a slant and incomplete, bobbled, almost picked, but it goes incomplete, and that's why it's taking so long. We've got 3:53 to play in the third quarter. 27-0, the Central Spartans lead. But Coach has always been very, very good about getting players in during the game, not just in Scribini time, but during the game, get them in for a play or 2. And then they've got some experience. Trips on the right side, the wide side. Orfield with a high snap brings it down, hands off to Gibbs. Gibbs is stood up, but manages to fall forward for about a 3-yard gain.
Palm Desert may have found their starting running back, as this young man Gibbs is very impressive, Carroll. He's by far their hardest runner they've had tonight. He's picked up positive yards the 3 times he's carried the football.
If he really is Gibbs. And we apologize to, the family in Palm Desert. We do not have a name for number 43. 3rd and 8. Orfield back to pass. Under pressure, scoots to the left, turns it upfield, and will be chased out of bounds at about the 34-yard line as Alex Trejo bumped him out.
That is the 3rd first down in this drive. The first 2 awarded by penalty, but that Orfield picked up on his own. Nice run, brought it all the way down across the 40, down inside the 35, marked it at the 34. 14-yard pickup, and once again, that is the biggest gain from scrimmage tonight. Pass or run for the Aztecs.
1st and 10, spotted on the 34-yard line in Spartan territory. Snap back, handoff in the backfield. Gibbs is pushing forward and will get a couple of yards, about 2 yards on 2nd and 3rd effort. A hard run that'll get him about 2 yards. Jared Martin on the tackle.
Yeah, he was actually hit in the line, behind the line of scrimmage, Carroll. So he was able to push the ball and push the pile forward. So excellent effort. Once again, that young man appears to be fighting for first team position here for the Aztecs moving forward.
And if he's going to run like that, he's going to get first team. Orfield, Connor Orfield looks downfield, lofts it downfield. It's picked off and dropped immediately. The interception downfield by Alex Trejo. They'll spot it on about the 15-yard line. Trejo played the receiver well and just got position. Kind of posted him up, John.
Yeah, that's the third interception of the evening for the Spartans. So a very promising drive by the Aztecs, their best of the evening. Ends with the interception.
And they spot it back on the 12. Spartans no huddle, ready to go. Spread formation. Jonathan Real puts Vega in motion. Real hands off and coming up through the off tackle slot for about a 3-yard gain is Viesca. Nico Viesca, listed at 5'8", 185. He is a junior. And as Sean pointed out, got some very quality playing time last year as a sophomore. That helps push you up to a leadership position. Second and 7. Back to pass, dumping it off. It is Estrada, beats one guy but can't beat the second one. Dawson Johnson came across from his linebacker position. There is a flag back in the backfield.
So let's see if this one comes back. It looked like there was enough yard to gain for the first down, but if the penalty's against Central, that will definitely nullify it.
Unsportsmanlike against the Aztecs. I know who it was on, and I'm not going to say.
So the pass was enough for the yard to gain. He did complete 7 yards out. And the unsportsmanlike will add another 15.
The ball comes out. They're still marching. Spotted on the 40.
10-yard pass reception, 15-yard gain, puts the ball 25, 30 yards downfield.
Vega goes in. He's going to be tired. He's in motion all night. The handoff is to Viesca. Viesca pulls his way out to the 45. A pickup of 5.
There's whistles, but I'm not sure why.
The tackle by Zachary Gibbs, the real Zachary Gibbs, okay? No huddle. Spartans are ready to play, and that has the Aztecs a bit back on their heels, John.
Yes, Central always well conditioned.
And you look at the numbers on the sideline, John, about 3-1. And Viesca again into the middle. Viesca will pick up about another 3 yards. But the Spartans with a huge squad. Palm Desert traveled with maybe 30 players.
Yes, so they look to be a little bit down as Viesca pushed the pile out for a 2-yard pickup. That might be the last play here in the third quarter.
Yes, it will be. That's it. That's the end of the third quarter of play. It is Central 27 and the Palm Desert Aztecs nothing.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe, El Centro.
Roto-Rooter offers full services from Hydro.
9655. That's 352-9655.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services, from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter. When drains don't work, we do.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, Kxo El Centro.
And it is a third down situation, 3rd and about 7, John. 3rd and about 3, I'm sorry. They changed directions.
Central bringing the play in from the sidelines. Jared Martin with his helmet ready to go in, but Coach Pena said not this time.
And from the Wildcat, Vieska takes it to the outside. Vieska will be hit and dropped short of the first down. On the tackle for the Aztecs, Jackson Bishop. Also in there for the Aztecs, Adrian Rangel.
That brings up 4th and about 2. Looks like the Spartans will go for it here.
Yes.
And
27-0. Why not?
And it looks like they're going to keep the same package in. Vieska.
Everybody in tight. There are 11 Spartans within about 5 yards of each other, and somebody jumped.
So now it'll be 4th and 7.
And I think at that point they may punt. And they are.
Here comes the punter Martinez out on the field.
Had the good idea, and I would have loved to have seen it happen. But somebody got a little bit anxious. I don't know if you've noticed the size of the Aztecs. They've got some huge guys, like 6'4", 300, 6'3", 290, 6 foot, 285.
And it looks like they're going to drop back again.
Another beautiful punt away from the return. And they will let it bounce, and it'll be downed at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 Aztecs on their own 25-yard line. High school football on AM 1230 KXO.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro.
And the handoff again up the middle and maybe a yard or so as the Aztecs, keeping it on the ground. Seems as though they have found a runner, John.
Yes, because he was actually hit 4 yards deep and was able to push the pile and break it out to the 26. So he gets credited for a yard on that carry when he should have had a 4-yard loss.
2nd and 9. Liam Murrow wide on the right side. They haven't really thrown to any of the wide receivers, John. Back to pass, looking, chased out of the pocket, then hit, and Jared Martin will sack him. Jared Martin missed him the first time, got him the second time.
Yeah, Orfield was able to shake off Martin as he reached out and grabbed him by the jersey, and Martin just kept coming and spun around and collapsed the pocket, 2-yard loss.
And it'll be 3rd and 11. Spartan defense, for the most part, has been pretty stout.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they try to throw it here. They've already thrown 3 interceptions on the night.
Aztecs in no hurry. Orfield back to pass, looking, chased out of the pocket again. shakes one would-be tackler, fires downfield. It goes incomplete. The pass intended deep downfield to Daniel Yee and goes incomplete. Brings up 4th and 11.
And actually, I believe that Orfield threw that away. He threw it out of bounds. Central with excellent coverage. Their pass coverage under the tenure of Coach Pena has been excellent all these years, and it's been no different tonight. Orfield had nowhere to throw that football with any chance of making a completion, so he just threw it into his own sidelines.
Okay, Arturo Estrada is standing back on his own 40-yard line. Don't kick it too, Artie. He didn't. He kicked it away from him. It bounces at the 30, down inside the 20, at the 15, picks it up on a bounce and tries to get something. He'll be spun down almost immediately. Why not? When you're leading 27-0 and you have the moves of Artie Estrada, go for it.
Yeah, because you kick a ball like that, as they say in the coach's room, you've out-kicked your coverage. But Aztecs have shown good team speed. They were down there, and let's give credit to Alan Bradbury. He was down there, and he grabbed a hold of Estrada, wouldn't let him go until he finally got some help and brought him down on the 15.
1st and 10, Spartans on their own 15-yard line. Come out in a spread formation. Real has Viesca behind him. Now they have enough players. They needed a tackle, and they got one. Went to the tackle store, picked one off the shelf. Fake it and dump it off. It is complete out to the 30-yard line. That is to Joshua Garcia. Garcia's first catch.
Excellent play. That time, Real looked very confident, looked exactly like he knew what he was going to do before the ball was snapped. 15-yard pickup, first catch of the night for Garcia.
And he is a sophomore.
And that's what that fake handoff to Viesca sets up as they play deep behind the line of scrimmage.
Dumps it off in the flat little flanker screen. It is complete and struggling forward for about 5 yards. Nothing there, and Estrada made something out of it.
Yeah, these teams have certainly well coached Central, so they know what's coming. And that time Estrada was hit as soon as he had it, but still with his strength, picked up 4 yards. Actually, let's give him 5, Carroll. It's all the way out to the 35.
It is on the 35. It is 2nd and 5. Real from the shotgun. Hands off. It is Viesca up the middle, and Viesca will pick up about 3. And on the tackle, the real Zachary Gibbs.
Viesca picked up about 3 yards on that carry.
3rd and 2. They come out in a spread. Trips on the left side, the wide side of the field. Dumps it off, flanker screen again. It is complete, and it is Morales. Morales struggles across the 45 to the 47 before he is flung down. And doing the flunging is Nathan Araiza for the Aztecs. Spotted on the 46, 1st and 10. Spartans no huddle, keep the Aztecs on their heels. Viesca is the single setback right behind Real from the shotgun. Viesca up the middle. Viesca darts in, darts out. Somebody had their hands all over his face mask.
Yeah, the flag came in. Let's see if the officials see it the same way as we did up here.
He just signaled it. Personal foul, face mask, and that'll be a 15-yarder, John. So from the 47 in Aztec territory, and what you're seeing now, the Aztecs, hands on their hips, hands on their knees, bent over. The Spartans are just running them down. And as a running back, this is where you wanted the defense, because now they're beat, they're tired, and they haven't quit by any stretch. Pumps, fires deep downfield. It is complete. As going up, Emilio Morales, the defensive back, gambled, went for the pick, and it went through his hands into Morales' hands. He made the catch as he was prone on the ground. First and goal from the 8.
23-yard pickup for Morales' second catch here in the second half.
And now there's timeout on the field, and the Aztecs take the timeout. We'll take a timeout. It's 27-0. Central leads Palm Desert.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
First and goal for the Spartans from the 8-yard line. It is Real from the shotgun. Viesca is right next to him, and they sweep it. The handoff to Morales. Morales will lose a couple of yards. I saw that play coming, and so did the Aztecs. And I mentioned the Aztecs are beat. I don't mean they've quit. I mean physically, they just don't have the bodies, the fresh bodies. Most of these guys have gone all night both ways. The Spartans, running no-huddle offense, don't give them a chance to catch their breath.
And when this game started, Carroll, the temperature on the field was probably around 110 degrees.
Well, the Aztecs are used to it. They can't claim that. Second and goal from about the 13, and fires and incomplete. Threw it into triple coverage. And the intended receiver was Joshua Garcia, another sophomore. Sophomores in key positions, and that is not unusual for Coach Pena.
Well, he'll play the kids that he believes have the best chance to give the team a chance to be successful.
Real dumps it off. It is complete, and breaking one tackle, breaking another tackle, but not the third and fourth, and he's down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. It'll bring up fourth and goal from the 8.
The clock has moved under 5 minutes to go.
In some ways, John, I don't know if you remember. I know you remember O.J. Simpson. But when Notre Dame played USC, and Simpson was at the height of his collegiate career, the Notre Dame defense helped him up after every time, every tackle, didn't give him the couple of extra seconds of rest on the field that running back oftentimes takes.
Yeah, I do remember that quite well. And I remember John McKay, when someone asked him, you're letting him carry the ball 35 times, and he said, so what? The ball's not heavy.
Exactly. It is 4:33 to play in the football game. Central 27, Palm Desert, nothing.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IVC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
It is 4th and goal from the 8. The snap is botched, and the Aztecs will take over 1st and 10 on their own 14-yard line. Updating some scores for you. Calexico leading Castle Park 28-13. Southwest leads Banning 22-7. Our score here 27-0. The Central Spartans with the lead.
Carroll, looks like Pete Blimco's going to get his first victory as a head varsity coach over there at Southwest.
1st and 10 Aztecs. Spread formation. Handoff is in the middle, looking for some running room and picking up some good yardage before being brought down on the tackle for the Spartans. Jomari Connor, familiar name, John?
I don't believe there's any relation there to the Connors of El Centro, but he picked up 5 yards, so the Palm Desert line appears to be blocking a little bit better this half also for their running game, as Connor does come out now and is replaced by the aforementioned number 43.
Connor was on the tackle, Jomari, for the Spartans. And same play, different results. Lose a couple of yards on that one.
Yeah, this time the whole Spartans were looking, and first time the young man has been tackled for a loss, but it was only a yard. Once again, it's impressive, Carroll. He was hit 3 or 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and it took several Spartans to bring him down, credited with the 1-yard tackle for loss.
Southwest leads Banning 22-7. That's a third quarter score. Speaking of third, it's a third down at about 6. Spartans with a 2-man defensive front. Toss off on the left flat. Yee will pick up the first down, gets it across the 25 to about the 26-yard line.
Is a nice pitch and catch to Yee out there, as Orfield does appear to be a little more comfortable. Those quick one-step catch the hike and throw the football, not getting much pressure as the clock is now nearing the 2-minute mark.
And that may be the key, John. He's not getting quite the pressure as the Spartans are dropping back in coverage with like 7 defensive backs in there right now. And so when you do that, run the football, even if you're trailing 27-0.
Caleb Flores is in at a linebacker position, as we do see some players that did not start, including Seth Mendez is another cornerback that we haven't been able to call his name yet tonight.
Also in there, Max Fimbres.
Ethan Thomas is now playing a stand-up linebacker position.
Malachi Okan. It is 2nd and 8. Got a new running back in there, And he gets the football. Almost looked like it was Reardon.
And it was, so Reardon gets his first carry here in the second half. Nice game.
3rd and 4. Clock continues to run, and I think we may get one more play off, John, as Palm Desert is just basically going to let the clock run out, and that's a smart thing to do before anybody gets hurt. You certainly don't want somebody to get hurt at this point. And it is 3rd and 4. We've got inside of 30 seconds to play. Handoff, it is Reardon. Reardon is hit and dropped. And that should be the last play of the game.
It is a first down, so we'll have to stop the clock to set the chains.
And the clock is running and the game is over. That's it. Final score. It is the Central Spartans shutting out the Palm Desert Aztecs 27-0.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Aza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Aza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Aza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. Kxo Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls, plus beer, wine, and sake. And they also have teriyaki chicken.
Did you know
beef,
that about 1,000
noodles,
students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college?
From 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Kxo Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4444. Your takeout.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IVC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
The Central Spartans with a big 27-0 victory over Palm Desert. Palm Desert, of course, from the southern section, CIF, in the Coachella Valley. But it's a rivalry that was renewed recently, in the last 3 years, and it's a good rivalry. It's a good matchup for these schools. First year they played 3 years ago, as John pointed out, Palm Desert dominated. Last year, it went to overtime before Palm Desert was able to pull out a victory. And today, well, it was the Spartans' turn to dominate. Sometimes that happens. The Spartans, it's just their second game of the year, our first opportunity to see them in action. And I have to say, I was impressed by some things. Some things are going to need some work, but it's only the second game of the season. Coming up, John will have some numbers. We'll have some scores. Don't forget the scores are updated constantly on our website, kxoradio.com. And our games are live on AM 1230 and also on the KXO YouTube channel.
The Central Union High School District says, Happy Attendance Awareness Month. That's right. September is Attendance Awareness Month. And Southwest High School, Central Union High School, Desert Oasis High School, Phoenix Rising High School, and the Central Union Adult School and Mount Signal Virtual Academy remind you that attendance leads to a culture of achievement every day, all year long. Be active, be present. It all begins with showing up.
And high school football on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California, as the Central Spartans defeated the Palm Desert Aztecs 27-0. Other scores around the valley right now in the fourth quarter. Brawley leads Valley Center 6-0. We know Valley Center is always good. And Brawley with a 6-0 lead in the fourth quarter. Southwest 24, Banning 7. That's a fourth quarter score. Calexico 28, Castle Park 13. That's a third quarter score. And looking back, Sonora from La Habra defeated Vincent Memorial 14-7. Yesterday, Desert Mirage slipped by Calipatria 24-23. Desert Mirage with the win. And also yesterday, it was Imperial 37, Holtville 14. And we'll have John give us some numbers in just a minute.
McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Okay, John Driffill, what about our numbers?
Well, we have the same on the scoreboard that we ended the first half with, so nobody scored in the second half, 27-0 at a half. 27-0 is our final. And we did have a little more offense, even though no one was in the end zone. Palm Desert ended up rushing the ball 27 times for a positive 33. Remember, they're a -8 in the first half. So 27 rushes, 33 yards, 5 for 13 was Orfield for 17 yards, giving Palm Desert 50 total yards, 7 first downs. They did have the 4 big turnovers. One was the fumble recovered by Elijah Acevedo, and then 3 interceptions, one by Nehemiah Perez, one by Alex Trejo, and one by Braden Mayo that was a touchdown as he took it back all the way for the score. On the other side of the field, Central ended up with only 22 rushes from scrimmage, so usually they're in the 30s, but they didn't need any more than that tonight. 22 rushes, 56 yards. That does include the 2 big sacks against the quarterback, Real, tonight. So you take that away, and then they even had more. But on the night, passing Real, 12 for 20, 112 yards. That's 168 total yards. 13 first downs. Central did have 2 turnovers, a fumble, and an interception. Individually rushing the football for the Spartans tonight, Nico Fiesca had 15 carries, 55 yards, 2 touchdowns. From the Wildcat position in the first half, Matthew Liziola ran the ball 4 times, 19 yards, and a touchdown. Being sacked twice for a -14 yards was the quarterback, Jonathan Real, and getting 1 carry that was behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 4 yards was Emiliano Morales on the jet sweep. The 12 receptions were spread among 3 different players, but actually you could really look at who we would expect, and that would be, of course, the returning senior Artie Estrada. First, though, we did have Emiliano Morales make 3 catches for a total of 28 yards, and a big reception in the second half. Joshua Garcia, 15 yards for a big first down. And the player of the game offensively, Arturo Estrada, 8 catches, 69 yards. So there we have the first home game for the Spartans. They go to 2-0 on the evening, and we will be with them next week as they travel to Ramona in San Diego.
We will be making the trip to Ramona and looking for another good game. Ramona always good, and always enjoying going up in the backcountry.
And Ramona did finished Central's season last year from right here on Spartan Field. They did defeat the Spartans in the third round of the playoffs.
Right, and we're looking forward to that. Good people at Ramona, and we enjoyed visiting with them, and we've already been visiting with them, making arrangements to be there for the game. Updating scores again around the Valley. It's fourth quarter, Brawley 6, Valley Center nothing. Southwest over Banning 24-7 in the fourth quarter. Calexico 28, Castle Park 13. Again, third quarter score. And our final score here, 27-0. High school football on AM 1230 KXO, made possible by Roto-Rooter, Johnny's Burritos, the CB Stop in Calexico, Broken Yoke Cafe, La Fonda Bar and Grill, McNeese Mart, Osawaza Mobile Auto Repair in Yuma, by Central Union High School District, Stan's Auto Body, K Sushi, by IVC, and by Southwest Postal, Southwest Security. The team tonight, well, technical assistance provided in the booth by Frankie Lara, our producer engineer in the studios, Gabe Lemus. Support and assistance from Kurt Hoffman, John Driffill with the color and the stats. I'm Carroll Buckley. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for more of the best oldies on the radio on AM 1230 KXO.
The Imperial Valley's best oldies on the radio.
And you'll start